yo, this album is trash, throwing it away. That said the same thing about Whole Lotta Red. Y'all already doing it. The album ain't even an hour in and y'all already just cutting up already, just shitting on it. Oh, this is trash. I have a problem with the word trash when, it's referring to someone's like work and project, you know what I'm saying? First and foremost, who the hell made people Gordon Ramsay all of a sudden? Where we can determine like what's trash and not, especially people that don't even do what Drake does, let alone any other artist. It's Friday, June 17th. Drake just dropped Honestly, Nevermind. And I can understand why he calls it that. By the way of the album, honestly, I feel like he should have called it Houston, Atlanta, Vegas, or More Life Part 2, but I can understand why he would call it Honestly, Nevermind. And after listening to the album, giving it a full listen twice, the album cover makes a lot of sense now, at least to me. You can see on the cover art that the font is like really trippy, but like with a bit of flash, like subtle flash, which when you actually listen to the songs, I feel like it represents that as well. The songs come off a little bit euphoric, a little bit druggy, a little bit trippy. Like as I was listening to the album, I was telling myself, man, I gotta do a reaction on this album stoned. Like I gotta be baked when I'm listening to this album. Like if I'm fried on this album on a Friday, it's gonna sound even better. Probably gonna do a reaction baked listening to this album, so stay tuned for that. Not for nothing, he gave us a taste of what the album was gonna be like on his Table for One show. That was a show where it was just hosted by Drake. He was playing mixes. He was in a restaurant and, he's just bringing you into the world of what the album was going to sound like, and when I listened to the album, when I played it back to back, I got for me, it's just my favorite Drake bag, if not one of. It reminded me a lot of like More Life. And for me, More Life is my favorite Drake project out of all of them because of the fact that More Life feels very cinematic. It feels like I'm watching a romantic comedy or I'm watching like Euphoria or some like something that's gonna take me through a journey. It feels like a soundtrack. Like, let's get it very clear. This is not a rap album. You go on iTunes as well, they even show you like the genre is dance. This is not for the rap seeking fans. If you were wanting to hear him rap, just go ahead and skip to the final track with 21 Savage. And now that we got that out the way, now that we understand that it's not a rap album, then let's give it a chance. Let me say this. You don't have to say something's trash just because it's not what you expected. I get it with Drake, you expected rapping, you expected singing, you didn't expect a house album. But that's what you got. And, let's give him credit for at least trying. And I'm not applying that to just Drake. I apply that to any artist. Ah, damn it. Okay. Let's take Awaken My Love, for example. This don't sound like none of Childish Gambino's previous work. If you are a Gambino fan, listen to this album. If you aren't a Gambino fan, listen to this album because it doesn't sound like any of his previous work before he dropped this. But it was just so different and so left field and so good, everyone could get with it. And sure, people can listen to 3 tracks and say, yo, this album is trash, throwing it away. That said the same thing about Whole Lotta Red. Whole Lotta Red, a year later, went on to be a classic for a lot of people. A lot of people ended up backpedaling on Whole Lotta Red and saying, oh, actually, no, after the third listen, the more I listen to it, the more it grows on me. And now A Whole Lotta Red is majority of the people that, the majority of people that were hating on A Whole Lotta Red, it's now one of their favorite albums. A lot of people that were hating on A Whole Lotta Red were upset when they couldn't go to see A Whole Lotta Red be performed live. I got to see it live. And I also liked Whole Lotta Red the first time I heard it around, because I actually sat and listened to it track by track and understood, oh, he's doing something different here. I gave Whole Lotta Red a chance and I listened to it. I didn't knock it the first time I heard it. I listened, and off the first few tracks, Go to the Moon, Rockstar Made, Stop Breathing, I said to myself, oh, he's doing something different. This isn't just gonna be a typical rap Playboi Carti album. No, he's switching it up. He's giving us more rock. He's giving us more mosh pit. He's giving us more punk rock. Let's see where he takes it. And now, I love that album. I think it's safe to say I listen to Rockstar Made at least 3 times a week since the album has dropped. And when I saw him live, like the energy in the crowd that he had, you can tell like he knew what he was doing. A lot of people didn't understand what Carti was doing when he dropped A Whole Lotta Red, but it grew on them from time. And because you don't understand something doesn't mean it's bad. Because you don't understand something doesn't mean it's trash. You just don't get it yet, and that's fine.
Let's also keep in mind that lately a few Canadian artists have been on this wave of trying something new. You know, we got Tory Lanez, for example, that dropped that Alone at Prom, which was a whole 80s album. And regardless of how you feel about Tory Lanez, when it comes to the music, for me, that has been one of the best albums of this year. We got The Weeknd that dropped Dawn FM, which needless to say was a house/EDM album. And The Weeknd has sprinkled those types of sounds throughout his career, but he just said, you know what, I'm just gonna do a full-fledged EDM house album. And it was great, no one batted an eye. Now Drake's doing it with Honestly Nevermind, a full house album. It's cool, take a chance. All the other Canadians are doing it.
And not for nothing, this isn't like it's a whole new Drake. Drake has been doing this since So Far Gone. This is why earlier I said I would call this album Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. Because when I hear it, I hear Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. When I hear this album, I hear a little bit. When I hear this album, I hear Let's Call It Off. 3 tracks that were on So Far Gone. He's been giving us this type of sound. And he definitely gave it to us on Views with One Dance. He doubled down on More Life when you got songs like Get It Together, Passion Fruit, Mighty Rhythm, I think that's what it's called. My favorite track, Blem. Side note, you should listen to Blem in the shower in the morning. It's a great experience. Like, listen to it in the shower and just sing, move for me when you're extra, move for me with the pasa. I have great showers listening to Blem.
And he's also done tracks like this on Scorpion when you listen to songs like Peak and Summer Games. This is Drake in his dancehall UK bag. Just more of it this time.
When I listen to the Honestly Nevermind, I feel like, you know, it's a radio playlist. Like, you know how when you go on like, you know, Spotify or Apple Music, whatever title, and you know, you can create your own radio or listen to a radio. I feel like I'm listening to Black Coffee Radio or Fat Freddy Radio or Louse the Cat Radio. And these are all three artists that I have a lot of love for and I enjoy listening to, whether I'm driving around, whether I'm chilling by my dolo, whether I'm, laid up and everything like that. Like, these are some vibes, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm at the dinner table with Drake. And it's just casual. It's casual. We don't need rappity rap Drake all the time. We don't need singity sing R&B Drake all the time. It's cool to have house Drake. It's cool to have a vibe. It's cool to have one dance Drake. He's actually good at it, guys. Like, he's good at it. This album for me was a smooth listen, like, for me, track by track. With the exception of Current, the bed squeaks gotta grow on me a little bit. But aside from that, I really enjoyed the album. At the end of the day, you can't please everyone, right? People said when he dropped Certified Lover Boy, people said it's safe Drake. He just, the reason why it wasn't good was because he was just too safe on the album. He wanted to make sure he gave something for all of his regular and mainstream audience. It was just safe Drake. Of course this is gonna work because he's not challenging himself. He definitely challenged himself on this album, and this ain't safe Drake. He took the rubber off, and I'm here for it, quite frankly. I want to see more artists continue to do that. I would love to see how Beyonce's album sounds. I hope it sounds left field from what we normally get, because it's okay for artists to try things. Allow artists to grow. Just let artists grow. Stop shitting on them when they're trying to make an attempt to do something different. You know what I'm saying? Because there's someone out there that's gonna enjoy it. It's me, I'm someone. I appreciated making this album. I like the sound of it. I know this sound is going to be added to my summer playlist. I know I'm gonna be going on beaches and I'm gonna be listening to this. Whether I'm in Cali, Mexico, Tibby Island, shout out Savannah, Georgia. I'm going to be enjoying this album. I'm going to be listening to it. This is going to be a good road trip album. This is going to definitely be a good dinner album while I'm just having drinks with the fellas or drinks with my lady. It's just going to be a nice vibe. And sometimes that's all you need. It's just a nice vibe, some nice background music. Drake really doesn't have anything to prove to anyone. He doesn't have to prove that he's a dope rapper. He doesn't have to prove that he's a dope songwriter or a great, singer or whatever the case may be, or he's good with melodies. He really ain't got nothing else to prove to us. He's already set in. Like, he can do a whack ass album, according to your standards, and still be set as one of the GOATs of the music industry, not just rap. Let this be Drake's Whole Lotta Red, where he does something super left field. And yeah, in the beginning, people may not get it. People may even hate it, but it'll grow on them. It'll catch on. Guaranteed you're going to be at a pool party. Guaranteed you're going to be at a bonfire this summer. Maybe even on a yacht or having dinner with some really cool people, and it's just a vibe and this album's playing in the background. Then it's going to click. Then you're going to get it. Maybe you're on shrooms. It's gonna click. You're gonna get it. Maybe you're just baked, smoking on some whatever, having some edibles, whatever. It's gonna click. You're gonna get it. You're gonna feel what Drake feels. Maybe after a month from now, you listen to it, you give it another chance, and it's just not for you. It has no replay value for you. It still sucks in your opinion. And that's valid. That's fine. At least you gave it some time. At least you gave it time. At least you gave it an effort, and that doesn't mean the artist is bad. It just means, hey, this project wasn't for you. There's nothing wrong with that. Just don't be one of those fans. Don't be one of those listeners that just join on the hate train because it's trendy to hate. When secretly you like it, or secretly it's not as bad as you're proclaiming it to be. You just want to join in on the fun. Don't be like that, because these artists work hard. People work hard in putting things out there. People take chances in putting things out there. Let's give them a pat on the back for at least making an effort to do something completely left field. Anyway, I'm going to continue to enjoy the album. For those that enjoy it as well, comment below. Let me know what's your favorite song. For those that don't enjoy it, comment below. Let me know what songs you hate. If it's the whole album is trash, if you just want to spam trash emojis, go ahead. But keep that same energy when the album starts to grow on you. Because people's minds change. And you tend to change your mind when you're just jumping on the trendy bandwagon. All I'm saying is the album hasn't even been out for 24 hours. Let's just chill out on the Drake hate for a second. Let's just chill out on the hate, period. Okay? Let's just chill out on the hate, period. Give it a chance. Give it another listen. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. But let's stop knocking people for trying something different. Let's salute them. Let's all be brave enough to do that. But with all that said, let me know what you think. Let's have a discussion about this. Be sure to like this video if you like what I'm saying. Be sure to subscribe if you want to hear more, because it encourages me to do more, because just like Drake and just like any other artist, I'm trying something different. I'm new on this YouTube scene. So support the boy. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, and I will keep you in tune with everything else. I want to keep these conversations going. Anyways, peace, love, more life, and honestly, never mind.